hope I've demonstrated something else entirely, that you can be anxious, sensitive, kind, and wear your heart on your sleeve. You can be a mother or not. You can be an ex-Mormon or not. You can be a nerd, a crier, a hugger. You can be all of these things. And not only can you be here, you can lead.
You can lead, and that she did. That was a message from New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern when she left office back in 2023. She won international acclaim for her leadership style while she was in office. She calls her approach a different kind of power, and that is the title of her new memoir. The Honorable, I want to get the title right, the Right Honorable Dame Jacinda Ardern is here for her first live interview about the memoir. Good morning, but just so you know, audience, you said just please call me Jacinda.
Please call me
But
Jacinda.
it is, as Zach pointed out, the Right Honorable Dame Jacinda Ardern. We welcome you.
Thank you very much.
I love, Jacinda, how your book opened, because it starts, you're in the bathroom waiting for a pregnancy test. You said, at the same time, I'm waiting to find out if I'm going to be Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Talk about that moment while you're finding out, two very life-changing moments.
Well, New Zealand has a different system. Often you need to form a coalition to form government. And so we were in the middle of negotiations to find out whether or not our party, and therefore me, would be in the position to form government, become Prime Minister. When I found out very unexpectedly that I was also pregnant, it's fair to say it was a fairly overwhelming and unexpected moment.
Yes.
And I opened the book with that because, my entire time in politics felt like it was full of unexpected moments, all of which behind the scenes, you're still a human, still doing a job. And I wanted to bring people into what that feels like.
But I want people to know you weren't trying to be Prime Minister.
I was not.
The polls were dropping in your party, and the person who was at the top of the ticket said, you're going to have to do it. And you very reluctantly stepped into the top position, and you had 53 days to turn it around.
In fact,
you did.
Yeah, when my leader, who was running to be Prime Minister, said to me, 7 weeks out from the election, I don't think I can do it. I think you need to take over. I mean, my immediate reaction was absolutely not.
Yes.
But he made the decision for me. He came to work a week later, he quit, and then he nominated me. So you're right, it was, as I say, an unexpected series of events, but the gift it gave me was the gift to be myself.
Yeah.
Because there was no time to be anyone else except myself. And
you said to be yourself, but you also kept talking about imposter syndrome, and I kept thinking, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What did that mean to you?
Yeah, I describe
Because you always seem to know exactly what you were doing.
I would describe it, it's kind of a spectrum, but I would describe it loosely as any time you have a confidence gap, when someone asks you to step up and you think of all the reasons you can't, or all the reasons why someone else would be better. And some of the people I admire most in the world have these feelings, but we often don't talk about it. The reason I want to talk about it is I've got nothing to lose by doing so, but perhaps if I can speak to that person who is holding themselves back, those are the very people who bring humility to leadership.
Yeah.
They seek out advice, they bring in experts, and they often, not always, but often also bring a real compassion to leadership. We need them to step up.
And let's talk about the word compassion, because you were hit during your administration. There was a horrible shooting at a mosque, clearly targeted by hate, and you went to the mosque to meet with the people, and you covered your head. And what was your takeaway at that particular moment? Because the images of you hugging the people went viral, and you said, why should I be applauded for just showing a humane response?
My takeaway is, in this moment of incredible grief, and it still will remain forever one of these most devastating moments in New Zealand's history. And in the midst of all of that, the Muslim community in New Zealand opens its doors and its arms to New Zealanders to grieve with them. It's so hard to describe. I try and do it, share what I experience, but that grace and compassion that we were all met with by the Muslim community in New Zealand, I've never experienced anything like it.
But what happened after that is, in 26 days, you got the gun laws changed in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So and you banned assault rifles.
This is incredibly
26 days.
important to me, this idea of compassionate and empathetic leadership. It's nothing without action. I mean, if you are going to be led by a people-centred approach, that does mean taking action where you see it's needed. And New Zealanders, they wanted to make sure this would never happen again. And so, in my mind, we just heeded their call. We banned military-style semi-automatic weapons. We bought them back.
Yes.
We paid people for their
and
weapons.
people willingly did that. But then you stepped down. You went through, you had a great run. People cheer, cheer, cheer. Then the crowd turned on you. Small numbers, but they were very loud and vocal. And you stepped down.
I talk about, actually, the moment that I stepped down was after 5 years, and not too much was happening. It just felt to me that the time was right. I didn't have enough left for another disaster, another crisis. I could have kept going, but not well. So it felt right to me to leave.
And what's your take on what's happening in the world today? You know, you gave a speech about the planet being an all-out dumpster fire. You know, these are tough times. Do you believe that President Trump's tariffs have contributed to the dumpster fire? What's your take on what has happened?
My description when I use that term is everything from climate change to global, wars in the Middle East and in Europe. And speaking to that next generation, I think they feel the chaos of this moment. And my message, to them is that everything that they can do can make a difference in spite of the politics they see. And the message to politicians, for me, is you can lead differently. You can lead with kindness. You can lead with compassion and empathy. There's a strength and resilience to that as well.
We have got to get that message out, Jacinda. You can't say it enough. Thank you so much. A Different Kind of Power on sale now wherever you buy your books. We'll be right back.